Hello, everyone, and welcome to Misunderstood with Chimzi, where career roles are simplified and career myths demystified. It's glad to have you on another episode. If you're yet to like, share, and subscribe, please do that now. Click the subscribe button now, and thank you for joining. On today's episode, we have with us an educator. We'll be looking at education generally, and with us in the studio, we have Lewis.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming, Lewis.
I mean, it's been a long time coming. I mean, if my memory serves me right, we've been like on and off about this for about, say, the better part of the year.
Yeah. So we've been cooking this.
Yeah, we've been cooking this.
Yeah, and we're finally here.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm here. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right, so you'll be wondering, Lewis, you've only heard Louis. Please tell us about your name. What's the story behind your name?
Okay, so of course, so my name is Lewis. They have different variants of that name. We have the French, the Latinized one, yeah. So, but mine is pronounced or spelled Lewis, so which is Lewis. Of course, I've had people, even my boss at work, calls me.
Yeah, the only person I've seen with.
My boss called me Lewy. Big ups to Mrs. Obina. That's what she called me Lewy. I'm like, my name is like, no, that's what called for my place. Lewis. Okay, all right, fine. You can just choose whatever.
Supposed to be on a name.
But the fact that the Lee is there and the East is there, those are the intrinsic part of the name.
Yeah.
So I'm good with it. But Lewis Ayodele, so to speak. Yeah.
All right. So let's get straight into the business. So tell us your journey into being an educator. How did it start? Down to teaching.
Okay, my journey, I would, what's that phrase? Is it written in the stars? I mean, it's been, or set in stone that I'm going to be an educator. Cast in stone, whatever you may call it, because I'm someone that, and I would say that that's like the story for everybody. Everybody has benefited in one way or the other from education.
Yeah.
Yes, so, but in my journey, I've always been one that has been fascinated by knowledge. And I also believe that sharing is caring. So I like sharing what I learned as well. So I also believe that, that educator part of me has been imbibed in me since when I was a child in my formative years. So although I don't know if it's a disclaimer, I never had say a teaching degree.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I studied computer science in university or college or wherever it might be. But that it's just that I have a passion in I have a passion for education, and I believe that is my way of giving to the society. So basically, yeah. So that's it.
Awesome. All right. So, computer science, education. There's no, in these countries, it's more like you study something else and you do something else. Computer scientists working in the bank as a teller. There's usually no connection. It really falls back to passion at the end of the day, because most of us studied what our parents told us to study, or what was in vogue. Then you have to be a lawyer, you have to be a teacher, you have to be a nurse, engineer, doctor. So it was like set out for us. So what age group do you educate? What age group do you have a specific age group for you?
I really don't have a specific age group, per se. But if I were to say that, what particular age group would I say I want to, impact more? I would say the impressionable minds. And when I say the impressionable minds, I'm talking of people in their formative years, kids, between the ages of 1 and 15. So because I believe children at that stage of their life, they're like sponges, they absorb, everything that is in their environment. So I believe so much in impacting knowledge into children in that specific age group. But not to say I am not, like really entirely biased towards that particular age group, because just like I'm a podcaster, like you as well. So, and basically you're also an educator yourself. Because you try to enlighten people about the part of their career that have been misunderstood. So basically, or technically, you're also an educator. So that podcaster side of me is a part that I use, is a tool that I use to educate people that are outside of that 1 to 15 age bracket per se. So, but when it comes to impacting core beliefs, I tend to focus more on people or children between the ages of 1 and 15.
Awesome. So was there like a teacher in your life that left an impact and made you feel like, this is something nice?
Okay, because I know you and I have talked about this before. My mother, there is nothing I would become in this life that I would never ascribe to my mom. Yeah, I know that sounds.
Is this the boys and mothers?
That sounds sweet, but it wasn't sweet. It wasn't entirely sweet. It wasn't entirely sweet because I remember. So my mom have like my mom didn't have any like formal education. So, but I remember my mom teaching me how to read. Children of our age that time, most children learn from reading this the Queen primary reading guide and all. No, I start from reading the Bible. So imagine you using the Bible as a reading tool when you're like below the age of 5. So I just remember that my mom just sit me down on the mat. Chill, read, just read. I want to believe that at that point in time herself, she can't really have a grasp, like a full grasp of
everything.
Everything. But she's like, just read. I believe you can do this. Read. And she impacted that in me. And everything I learned in life with my mom, I learned how to play some mental stimulating game for my mom. Chess, whatever. My mom, yes.
Wow.
From someone that has little to no basic formal education. Yeah, it's my mom. So, and my mom is someone that she's never satisfied. My mom always believes that, you can always do more. You can always do more. Learn more, do more. Just study more. So, my mom imbibed that in me, and that has been what has really, carried me along, through school and all that. So I remember that, when I was in elementary school, secondary school, most people think, oh, I am the smartest student in the class. Well, because I'm always top of my class. My classmates, they know me. I'm always top of my class up until secondary school. But most of them think I'm the smartest because I am the smartest, but no. It's just because I have this, my mom has, imbibed this insatiable stuff in me for knowledge. So I just really want to, learn and learn and learn. So basically that's it. Yeah.
Shout outs.
So shout out to my mom. So my mom is so I am not trying to discredit other teachers in school. I have do you know that I'm still in contact and I'm still very good friends with 3 teachers in my primary school. One even helped me out when I was in a deep rut. So I still have a very good relationship with them. Mr. Friday, big ups to you. So just to mention a few.
Okay, well, me, I still have, I'm still in contact with one of my teachers
from primary school.
My primary 4 teacher.
Why does all this have to be primary 4?
I don't know. Maybe people that prepare you for what they call it,
junior secondary school.
Junior secondary school. But there's an exam, common entrance.
Common entrance, yeah.
So she took me in lessons, like even when I was in primary 5, like after school lessons.
Yeah.
She later became a family friend. So we're still in contact.
Yeah.
So what's your learning philosophy, and how do you measure success in a classroom?
Okay, so which one would you like me to take first? The learning philosophy.
Whichever one you want.
Okay, whichever one. Okay, so because I want to believe that they kind of corresponding in a way. My learning philosophy has always been about that we can learn anywhere and everywhere. I don't believe that learning should be confined between the four walls of a classroom.
True.
Yeah, because while growing up, we were made to believe that we have like two basic forms of education. We have the informal education and the formal education. So so the informal education are the education that you absorb from your home environment, before you get into the school environment. So I want to believe that life gives us opportunity to learn at every certain point in time. So I believe that you should just open that mental side of us to it, to learn whatever lessons life throws at us. Yes. And what's the second question again?
How do you measure
success in your
classroom?
In my classroom? Okay. That's a very interesting question, because I want to believe that our education system try to grade success based on grades, scores on your report card.
I thought they don't do that anymore. Like,
they still do, basically. They still do. They grade this, this and that, but no, I want to believe that doesn't actually equate as a measure of intelligence.
Sure.
Because I've had so many students. There was this particular boy. I had to nickname him an engineer. So this boy, to an outsider, he looks like a slow learner, like a typical slow learner. He doesn't really catch up easily. Matter of fact, I've had his parents, come to me and say, Mr. Lewis, this boy, but I see this boy. This boy is, I tell you for free, this boy is smarter than anyone in that class. But because our education system, grades people off of learning from rote, is too mechanical.
Yeah.
Our learning system does not, in a way, encourage innovation. Even though it might openly say, be innovative, but no, they don't really encourage innovation. They are too mechanical, too rigid. So, but this boy, I tell you for free, this boy is smarter than anyone in that class. When it comes to mental stimulating questions. When it comes to learning things that are say beyond the classroom, this boy's horizon when it comes to knowledge is wider than anybody in that class. So I want to know if I would like to see if the people that are in the know-hows of the in our country can actually encourage or leave room for students to be really, really innovative in expressing themselves. When it comes to grading themselves, when it comes to their academic side of things.
Okay, so let me say it like this, off the record. What is your take on homeschooling? Because I personally feel that homeschooling should be something that is done, but for a while before you even send the child to the school. But these days, everybody's busy, every mother is busy, so everyone is in a hurry to go back to work. So they just send the child off to daycare. So before you know, a child has started school before 1.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So the child has started school before 1. Everything is going quickly. So what do you think about homeschooling?
Okay, so I want to believe that our Western counterparts, when it comes to the the Western world. They benefited a lot from homeschooling.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to say that there are definitely good sides to homeschooling. And earlier on I mentioned the part about informal education.
Education, yeah.
So educating your child, your words is one of your duty as a parent.
Sure.
So, and I want to believe that that duty should not be outsourced to anyone. In Nigeria now, it's been like I think it's a university because I started school by the age of 2. So I think, yeah, of course, because I want to believe that in the age of 2, the ages of 2 and 3 should be the minimum age. Yeah. So I want to believe that before then it's the duty of the parents, of the parents. So yeah, I would like to encourage parents in a way, because that would also be a way of impressing your own ideas, or impressing the philosophy that you want the child to live by growing up.
Yeah.
We might think that, oh, this they are kids, but no, they actually grab something faster than us. So before sending them out to the world where they are exposed to different things that might be contrary, or that might be detrimental to them. But whenever they just go deep into the research that, oh, my parents, I've learned this from my parents, I've learned it from home. This saying now that always remember where you are coming from. And this saying that charity begins at home. It actually begins at home. So yeah, I definitely believe in homeschooling. In homeschooling, I believe that learning for a child should not be outsourced to anyone. So I believe that the informal part of education should be imbibed in them before we send them out into the world, because the world is quite polarized in a way. Yeah.
There's a lot going out there.
A lot.
So how do you create a positive learning environment for your students? Let's say you're teaching maths, you have to be serious. That's what we know. Okay. You have to be serious. And then you're coming now with the same teacher teaching art. So you have to be all nice, paint it this way, make it this way. Or you're teaching music. When we used to do music, I don't know if they still do.
They still do, basically. Yeah, they still do.
So you see that your teacher, you'll be like, oh, uncle, so you can sing. Your teacher is happy. And then your teacher is back to maths. Your teacher is serious. So how do you manage it all?
Okay. So you know what? Interesting, yeah. So I was on TikTok, and I came across a video of I came across a content portraying some of the quote unquote evil teachers in school, and of course mathematics teachers came out top. Mathematics, intro tech. Have you been flogged by an intro teacher before?
Or more? Square.
Not be smart, Not be smart, So why mathematics has always been my favorite subject. Mathematics, English. So most people think, oh yeah, most people tend to think that I speak well, and they tend to believe that, oh, English must be your favorite subject. I'm like, no, not really. It's mathematics, because I've always loved mental stimulating stuff. So we were made to believe that mathematics teachers are horrible. So that alone is enough to throw anyone's interest off mathematics. So, but one of the things I try to impress upon my students is the fact that, see, this thing, you cannot escape it, right? See, basically, mathematics is the language of the universe. That's what I love telling them. Like, whatever career you want to go into, it's always going to involve mathematics, because there's no way you are going to go about your life without calculating. You spend money every day, you calculate, you add and subtract. I want to know either you're a plumber, a vulcanizer, in fact, a fishmonger or a chicken seller in the market, use this scale, kilogram, grams, and all that. That is basic mathematics. So I'll tell you that if those people can do it, you can do it. Oh God, there's this boy I love so much. Ayodele, God, Jesus. This boy is a mathematics kid. Whenever I say, I'll be like, Mr. Lewis, throw it, and anything, anything else, like throw it. So, they try to see it as a challenge rather than see it as a hurdle they need to cross. They need to see it as a challenge that, oh, I can actually do, I can actually do that. This is not a problem. It's a challenge, and I can actually, rise above it. So with that, I try to also impress upon them that there is nothing that you cannot do, because the moment we start letting them know that that is the reason why we are here. If you know everything at the beginning, there's no need for you to even be in school to start with. That is why we are here to help you. And even we that we are your teachers and educators, we don't really also know all as well. Everybody is still learning, because basically learning is a journey. It's not a destination. Yeah. So just let them know that, see, fine, you might stumble across the way, but the progress is really what that matters. The direction is really what that matters, not the speed.
At the end of the day, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So you mentioned TikTok, the introduction of technology and everything. Now there are smart boards. Teachers use smart boards. So how do you include technology in your activities in the classroom?
I want to believe that the technology should be encouraged, but there are also downsides to it. Basically, yeah, there are downsides to every seemingly good thing out there. But this generation, actually, I want to believe that if you had Google in your time, I want to believe that you would have been probably first class student in school. Am I not right? Am I right or right?
First class, that's university.
Right?
Yeah. There was Google.
Right?
And there was Google.
No, I don't want to believe that it's like on the rise. Like it wasn't like
like then, okay, let's say ChatGPT
or AI. Yeah. AI. Yes, basically as it is right now. So I want to believe that there has never been a time in human history that we have that we have information looking for us. While we were growing up, we look for information.
Yeah.
You want to go to things, you have to go into the encyclopedia, go to a library.
Yeah.
But now you have everything at your fingertip. But the problem is, people of this generation, we are not really exploiting that tool. So we use it to do stuff that's for gratification. But what about for learning? Because basically, I think that is actually what we owe this universe. The universe has given us life, but what we do with it is that we need to experience life profoundly. And how can we experience life profoundly without education? We need to learn. We need to exploit this learning tool. So I want to believe that technology should also be incorporated into our educational system. Basically, Africa is still, you might go to the internet now and see that they're promoting tablets in school, blah blah blah. But that's not actually it. Most of our learning are still based upon biro and paper, biro and paper, biro and paper. It is actually fine. Biro and paper. Encourage the do-it-yourself part in students. Yeah. But I also believe that in a way we also need to flow with the trend.
Exactly.
By not really drowning by the trend. Yeah, we can flow with it, but not really, drown in it. Yeah.
Awesome. So what's a typical day like for you?
Typical day. I'm a very playful person, so my students know me. And I think, of course, you've come across some of my posts on social media. I try to let them know that. In as much that I'm a teacher, I don't want to seem aloof to them. I try to bring myself to the level, because as they are learning from me, I'm also learning from them as well. We are learning off of each other. Yeah. So a typical day in my life is just waking up. I try to work out a bit. Yeah. Go to the classroom, play, laugh. Because I spent like a third of my day
your day,
with them. So why not just make it, memorable? Yeah. So basically that's it.
Okay. So how do you build trust and rapport with your students? What's the flow like?
Okay. one of the things that you can make people feel drawn to you is to just appeal to their essence. Everybody's a child at heart. So I just try to let them know that I was once like you.
Yeah.
I make mistakes. Because you fail mathematics doesn't mean you're a failure in life. There's basically, more to life than than mathematics, English, than sciences. So basically, yeah. So being an educator, right? It's fine. You're being charged with with improving the academic side to life, but also being an educator is to impact core values in them, letting them know that of course people fail sometimes. So letting them know that I am not some magician, I am not someone that is that is immune to failure. They'll be like, they can relate with this guy now. I'll be like, even myself, I shop flogging for school before. They'll be like, if Mr. Luis can shop flogging, then who am I? So you get, So basically, it's just to appeal to their essence and make yourself relatable to their success and to their struggles as well.
Nice. So how do you build rapport with like other teachers? I'm sure there should be teachers who are coming to peep and look into your classroom. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Even non-teaching staff.
Yeah, even not teaching. I've had run-ins with the school management for branding me too innovative. So yes, now a lot, a lot. Like I said, Africa in a way we seem to be too regressive. But I also want to believe that in the past 3, 4, 5 years, we are kind of be more open to innovative ways of educating our young minds. But sometimes when people see that you are different in a way, they see it as a threat to something that they really hold dear. Yeah. So me just letting them know that I might be different too, but I'm also part of you, and we are all here to achieve the same goal. So that just made them warm up to me, and we just take it from there. But I've also had people also come to me and say, this is a teaching method because I like the way parents are really entrusting their children to like. I've had a lot of people they be like they would literally use the word abandon. They would be like, Mr. Lewis, I have abandoned this child to you. Like, how we come to say, God, I leave it all to you. They'll be like, yeah, I leave this, please. Just take care of this guy. And God has been helping us. We've had some success stories along the way. Yes.
Right. So will I say that's like one of the challenging parts of being a teacher? Or are there other challenges?
It's of course it's not easy. It's not easy when you have other lives entrusted in your care. Knowing that what this person will be and will not be is in your care. It's really not easy. I also want to believe that in a way, in this part of the world, or in most part of the world, educators, teachers, we are mostly underappreciated. We just believe that, it's just this, just take care of the children till we get back from work and all that. But it's not. We basically spend more time than you with your kids. The children tend to see, place my word again, the children tend to see us more as authentic role model than the parents. And that is the reason why we say that the parents need to also play their part, because when they don't play their part, the part of the teachers, the educators seems to override the part of the parents. Yeah. So sometimes parents juggle the role of being a teacher, being a friend, being a parent as well. Yeah, while also living their own personal lives as well. So yeah, it's those are part of the struggles, But if to say that we are being appreciated as as it amounts to the level of work that we're really putting in, I think that would really take our mind off the stress that we go through being educators.
All right, so we've talked about the downside. Let's talk about the upside. So, what's the most rewarding part of being an educator?
Yeah. Okay, so basically, if you know how to, navigate being an educator in this economy, you can actually make money off of it. So I would not sit here and tell you that there's no money in it. There is money in it. Of course,
Sure.
Yeah, there is money in it. But, one of the most rewarding part of it is knowing that you are being good example to people. I remember teachers that, of course, I might not see them again till I die, but I still hold them in high esteem, because of what our relationship meant to me. The time that we were together, their impact on the man that I've become, really means a lot. So, and saying that I am also towing that line with these kids. See, okay, so interesting story. Yes, I remember the 2 months ago, a set of young people that I was teaching graduated into junior secondary school. Of course, we had this valedictory surveys and stuff. After that, so we came back into the classroom. These children, they've organized like bottle of wines, a lot of bottle of wines, sweet red wines. They're like, Mr. Luis, you cannot go like that. We have to party, and the parents are there. Like in the classroom, we play music, blasted music. We were just like it was just us. Why? Spilling wine, popping one up of each other. Those are memories that that last. It lingers on with me, and I also believe that it will also linger on in them as well. Yeah. So the feeling that the students are growing up to be basically good people in the future. I think there's nothing that could be rewarding as that. And when the parents come to tell you that, Mr. Lewis, thank you for being such a good example to my children. Nothing is that. Nothing is that. Nothing.
All right. So for some teachers, the tool is their cane. The routines are punishments.
Yeah.
So for you as an educator, what are the tools and routines that you stand by?
Okay, I don't want to put myself in trouble. I don't want to put myself in trouble because like one of my organs, he used to be like, if you flog children and police came to catch you, I will release you to them. But but the thing is, sometimes you just need to, put your foot down. Fine, I'm your friend, but there are some lines that you do not cross. You don't cross, yeah. So they know me as a disciplinarian, and I tell them, see, you're my friend. I know that as friends, we do not want to hurt each other.
Yeah.
Fine, we might hurt each other, but we do not want. Emphasis on we do not want. So please, you might doing these things we hurt. And I also don't want to, hurt them as well. So of course, they have to be disciplined, but at the same time, like I said, they could be correction, and there's also destructive. There's constructive correction, and there's also destructive correction. Yeah. So so there are some things I employed in my classroom as punishments. There's one thing we call quote unquote dance of shame. That dance, they don't want to dance, that dance. No, they don't want to do that. No, it's like kids now, they want to be, they want to appear cool to their juniors now. So you now asking them, to tie something on their waist and start dancing, stop, they find it funny, but like, no, we don't want to do that. Yeah. Although the juniors might find it, as a comical relief.
Yeah.
But no,
Well, not them.
no. They don't find it cool. So they'll be like, please, Mr. Lewis, I don't want you to put those students in embarrassment. Or there are some, songs I like to say, no, because, yeah. So, those are, corrective, constructive ways of correcting them. Because, just like you say, they are impressionable minds. It's what you impress on them that they will carry on. For the rest of their lives.
So let's come to our educational system.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you'd like to change? Let's say they're watching, they're listening. Maybe years from now.
This current Minister of Education has, been trying his best to reform the educational system as it is, but just like every other thing, there is always room for improvement.
Yeah.
I want to believe that the education system in Nigeria needs a total overhaul. We need to do away of some archaic way of teaching. Our syllabus are archaic. Yeah, our syllabus are so archaic, and we need to know that there are really smart minds in Nigeria. Of course, I'm not trying to propagate a theory here, but if you look at the Western world, so to speak, the core of the Western world, America, the United Kingdom, Nigerians make up most of the smart labor force out there. So that's to say that and most of them gain their educational knowledge here in Nigeria.
Yes.
Yeah, before moving out of the shores of this country. So that is to tell you that there are lots of resources here to really tap from. So those that are behind the know-hows of our education system in Nigeria should just encourage innovation. Encourage innovation. Be innovative. Just be innovative. I won't say more than that. Just be innovative.
Nice, awesome. All right, so I went to a university where it was like, if your lecturer tells you that A is for apple, when you get to the exam hall, your lecturer will tell you to define A using a case study or with the aid of a diagram or using a story. Define A. If you tell my lecturer A is for apple, you are failed. He expects you to say A is the first letter of the alphabet. A can also be akara. A can also be this. A can also be apple. A can also be this. With A, you can do this. With A is the alpha and the omega. So most of what I see is like garbage in, garbage out. Like everybody's cramming. I need to give my lecturer back or give my teacher back what I learned. That's part of the reasons why I also say I like my primary school teacher. So my favorite subject was quantitative reasoning. I don't know if they still do quantitative reasoning. Oh my.
Still one of my favorites till this day.
Why I loved quantitative reasoning was she doesn't just tell you 2 plus 3 is this. It usually has these shapes and numbers inside.
Yeah.
So we were doing it by formulas. So you have the formula here. A plus B will give you C. If you do B divided by A, you should have this.
Yeah.
If you do C divided by D, you should have this. It was very easy. We didn't have anybody failing quantitative reasoning unless you did not get the correct formula from the board. It was that easy. So moving on to secondary school, and is give me this, I give you this, you give me this, I give you this, you give me this. It was stressful. And then I hated maths until I got to SS1. SS1, Mr. Osai. People did not really like Mr. Osai because he was calm. He was slow and everything. Until he became my private lesson teacher. That's when I understood maths. That's when maths became my favorite. In SS1, he was good. It was just for you to calm down and just listen. You just felt like he was too slow.
Yeah.
But he was just giving off everything. So now, my next question is, if you're going to encourage someone coming in as an educator, someone wants to start teaching, what will you tell the person?
Okay, so before answering your question, I also want to say something about your observation earlier, because that also buttresses on the fact of innovation.
Innovation, yeah.
Yeah, innovation. So the educator needs to be innovative, and the learner also needs to be innovative.
Yeah.
There are no absolute ways to learning. There's
true.
It doesn't have to be mechanical. Let me tell you something here. I learned about the periodic table. I learned more about history from movies, from cartoons, than in the classroom. You see, that is to tell you that as a learner yourself, you shouldn't wait until you are in the classroom.
Yeah.
For you to, stimulate yourself mentally that, I want to learn. No. Of course, there are learning materials, everywhere.
Yeah.
Now it's now the job of the educator to help the learners, because there is so much noise out there.
Yeah.
Fine, there are informations, but there are also bad information. So now it's not the job of the educator to help them navigate the noise, through the noise, and filter out the garbage from the healthy stuff that they need to learn. So back to your question about what would I advise other educators?
Yeah.
You can't give what you don't have. So you also need to learn yourself. You also need to equip yourself. What's the job of an educator? Is to impart knowledge. You can't impart the knowledge that you don't have.
Yeah.
So you also need to be a learner first before you become an educator yourself. So you need to equip yourself. Shout out to one of my bosses, Mrs. Sobena. She'll tell you that every she'll be like, equip yourself. She'll always stop saying, you'll be like, I don't know how you want to do it. As a teacher, you cannot just stand there. I'm doing your word again. Garbaging. She's fond of saying that. Garbaging. No, you don't do that. Equip yourself. Equip yourself. Equip yourself. So it's just, so basically you can't give what you don't have. Equip yourself. Learn. There has to be a reservoir that your learners will tap out from. So fill the reservoir first before impacting them into it.
That's deep.
Yeah. That's deep. Yeah.
Guys, if you are yet to like, share, and subscribe, please do that. Click on the button below. Subscribe. Okay. Our final question, a misunderstood, tailored question. What are some of the misconceptions that you think people have about education, about teachers, and all? Let's go. Correct it.
Okay, so basically, that's why we are here now.
Yes, now.
Misunderstood. Okay. So, interesting thing here. I was on a dating app one time, and I met two people. They're like, I like your photos, this and you're handsome, this, What do you do? I'm an educator. They're like, educator, sorry, what is it? You're a teacher. Say you're a teacher. I'm like, yeah. And they're like, I don't teach us poor.
My God.
They're like, no, like all teachers I know are poor. They can't take care of the basic needs. So how will they be able to take care of other people?
Yeah.
So that brings us to our earlier observations about educators being underappreciated, because there are no professions in this world that there are no teachers in them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but not all teachers are poor.
Normal.
Like I am not poor. I am not poor. And I'm not a billionaire either, but I can take care of my basic needs. I can save up for vacations outside the country when I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's just stop this conception as not encouraging people to be teachers. That is why we have so many people navigating through life without an actual purpose. Most people now they just believe everything is about speed, but they don't know that it's the direction that actually matters, not the speed. So thinking that all educators are poor, no, it's not. But of course, we have poor doctors, don't we?
Of course we do.
Exactly. We have poor lawyers too.
Yes,
they call them charge and be lawyers. So so the misconception that all teachers are poor and they live wretched lives is or there are someone that they are basically like some people think teachers are glorified nannies that look after their children, and you just feel like they could just talk them down or do them anyhow. So I've had a situation whereby I've almost resorted to blows with the parent, at one time, just to start my foot, just to put my foot down, like, you don't do that, you don't just talk to people like that, and that is not to, encourage being violent. I'm not saying that I was being violent. I'm just saying that, sometimes there's some people that, there are some levels on the spectrum you need to get to if you really want to message to be heard, by the other person. Just let them know that you don't do that. So the fact that teachers are glorified nannies and teachers are paupers and wretched, no, it's something that is because no. I'm not poor. So so that's it.
I thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Louise. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I'm sure you have learned a lot. I keep saying this: if you want to learn about a career, there's a career that you're very interested about, leave it in the comment section. We will find somebody will tell you something you need to know about it. Until next time, I remain your host, Chimzi. Bye.